Hello students, myself Mushir Ahmed. Now today I'm going to teach you another topic in history chapter, Nationalism in India. In the previous lecture we discussed about the participant who see the movement, how to react different sections of the society against movement. In this video we discuss workers of industries, those are participate in the movement, and what is the reaction of there. They did not participate in civil disobedience movement except in Nagpur. Those are the workers of industries. They did not participate in civil disobedience movement except Nagpur. It means they never associate with civil disobedience movement due to various reasons. आज हम नेशनलिज्म इन इंडिया हिस्ट्री के चैप्टर में नेक्स्ट टॉपिक वर्कर्स ऑफ इंडस्ट्रीज को डिस्कस करेंगे. सिविल डिसोबीडियंस मूवमेंट में वर्कर्स ने पार्टिसिपेट नहीं किया एक्सेप्ट नागपुर. Some workers did not participate since they wanted to fight against poor wages and poor working condition. Why? Because of that, various workers and their organization did not participate. Since, why? Because they already demanded and criticized poor wages and poor working conditions. It means they demand to colonial power for poor wages and poor working conditions. They demand to increase wages and better working conditions. Participate workers ने नहीं किया तब तक कि क्योंकि वो पहले से ही पुअर वेजेस यानी मजदूरी को लेकर और खराब कार्य की दशा को लेकर आंदोलन कर रहे थे. So who participated this civil disobedience movement? There were strikes by railway workers and dock workers. रेलवे वर्कर्स ने स्ट्राइक और डॉक वर्कर्स ने स्ट्राइक को शुरू किया. And join thousands of workers of Chota Nagpur tin mines. And the workers of these regions, the famous tin mines, joined the civil disobedience movement. Now Congress was reluctant to include workers' demand in civil disobedience movement. Congress was reluctant to include workers' demand in civil disobedience movement. Congress never support to include workers' demand in the objective of civil disobedience movement. Congress वर्कर्स की डिमांड को सिविल डिसोबीडियंस मूवमेंट का हिस्सा बनाने के लिए अनिच्छुक थी. So they felt this would alienate industrialists and divide anti-imperial forces. Congress feel that this step, if accept the demand of workers in the civil disobedience movement, alienate industrialists. It means section of industrialists divide on this point and also divide the anti-imperial forces. कांग्रेस को ऐसा लगता था कि अगर वर्कर्स की डिमांड को सिविल डिसोबीडियंस का हिस्सा बनाया जाएगा तो इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट जो है बढ़ जाएंगे, उनका सपोर्ट उस तरीके का नहीं मिल पाएगा और एंटी इंपीरियल जो फोर्सेस है यानी जो फोर्सेस कॉलोनियल गवर्नमेंट के अगेंस्ट काम कर रही है वो वीक हो जाएगी या डिवाइड हो जाएगी. Due to this reasons, Congress was reluctant to include workers' demand in civil disobedience movement. So now that is the participation of workers of industries in civil disobedience movement. ये तो था वर्कर्स का पार्टिसिपेशन एंड देयर व्यू about the civil disobedience movement. Why? Because of that, workers have already different kinds of problems and they wanted to produce these kind of problems in front of colonial government. वर्कर्स के पास पहले से ही पुअर वेजेस और पुअर वर्किंग कंडीशंस की प्रॉब्लम्स थी जिसको वो अपने कॉलोनियल गवर्नमेंट से शेयर करना चाहते थे. सो नाउ another topic, participation of women. Very important point. During Salt March, many women came out to listen Gandhiji. During the Salt March, you know that 12 March 1930 start Salt March. Mahatma Gandhi break the Salt Law. During the Salt March, various women and their organization listen to Gandhi's and their views. They participate in protest marches. Also, they participate in protest marches and in manufacturing salt. Various women participate protest march against this law and also manufacturing salt, picketing foreign shops and liquor shops. वुमेन्स ने फॉरेन शॉप्स का विरोध किया और लिकर शॉप के सामने धरना दिया. इस तरीके से वुमेन्स का पार्टिसिपेशन मूवमेंट में रहा वेरियस स्टेजेस पर. सो नाउ दैट इज द टॉपिक ऑफ वर्कर्स ऑफ इंडस्ट्रीज एंड द पार्टिसिपेशन ऑफ वुमेन्स इन civil disobedience movement.